Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger and I am back. And of course I do apologize for the lack of video content. Unfortunately, YouTube felt that my content was either dangerous or harmful when it comes to talking about cryptocurrency, so I had a couple of my videos taken down and it pretty much banned me from being able to upload videos, so I do again apologize for that. I just found it very interesting that during the whole controversy of a lot of different YouTube channels out there being taken down or demonetized or even banned, my little tiny channel was one that was selected as well. So very interesting. I do have to give a huge shout out to King Blue. Regardless of any past news, I stayed neutral on any and all of that just because I wanted to make sure I got, information from many different sides. And of course, if you don't know any of the history about that, that is definitely something that is, something you'll have to go back on. But King Blue was definitely one of those people in the media that actually helped get my name back out there when it came to my channel going down. So whether he personally helped get my channel back up or not, it doesn't matter. The fact that King Blue actually stepped it up and, put my name out there for the community to help as far as maybe trying to get some of this information alerted to YouTube to get my channel back up and running. The idea is that there are some very good people in the XRP community, regardless of what you think of them. And I definitely think that King Blue needs a huge shout out for at least, going the distance of helping me out. So thank you for that, King Blue. I wanted to quickly jump into some of the more exciting news that's taking place here. And of course, this video is going to be very quick, so please be aware of that. I do apologize, but there's a lot of excitement and a lot of news is actually gathering and happening within the last small time frame that I've been off of YouTube. So let's quickly jump into some of this news here. And to start things off, so there was a small bit of a rumor that was being passed around for quite some time on Twitter. And of course, there were many people in the XRP community trying to debunk this news, and it just so happened to be the partnership between Ripple and Moneygram, which is now official. And not only is it official on their website, but we actually have had video content of Brad Garlinghouse going out to Bloomberg and talking very in-depthly about this. A lot of questions were asked in a very small span of time, about 5 minutes, and there's a video that I can link to the description as well. But really, we got reference on a public scale on television and really to a very big audience for Bloomberg about what Ripple is trying to do when it comes to incorporating themselves into Moneygram with this partnership. So guys, it is absolutely official. Ripple has this partnership now with the money transfer giant Moneygram. And of course, I believe they had put roughly around $50 million down for this connection to be made between Ripple and Moneygram. So definitely a mutual agreement taking place here. I know that in the past we had heard about Moneygram working with Ripple in some sort of beta test, and of course Western Union was also part of that particular beta test. We're not hearing much from them at this point in time, but that's fine. Moneygram is a absolute fantastic start to this particular process, and very good news going into the summertime of this year here. So I would imagine we still have a lot of good news to look forward to, and this right here is just simply one of those. Just for a quick reference when it comes to that video, really quickly, if you are on Twitter and you want some people to follow, definitely give Neo of Crypto a good follow. You can find him at crypto_daz. But this particular individual posted on Twitter just yesterday that 514,000 Bloomberg TV followers just got exposure to XRP and Ripple. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Of course, here's the video. I'm not going to click on it, obviously, for copyright reasons, but you can see that this right here is very big when it comes to this kind of news and announcement being published on main television there. And again, you're reaching out to a large audience who can actually go back and see this over and over and over again. So the exposure is absolutely there, guys. This is a very, very big move when it comes to what Ripple's been trying to do. And interesting enough, guys, if you have any questions, yes, they will be leveraging XRP. That is the biggest part about all of this, is that yes, in fact, XRP will be leveraged in this. So don't worry, guys, your XRP is definitely going to be gaining some value because of moves such as this right here. So again, a very, very big particular move when it comes to Ripple partnering up with Moneygram. My guess is that we're going to start seeing more companies like this right here having some sort of close connection, or even an announcement coming up about at least some sort of partnership with Ripple or the likes thereof. But of course, with what Ripple's been trying to do, guys, we've been talking about this for the longest time, not only on my channel, but there are other content creators out there that have been talking about this even longer than I have. We're seeing a lot of things unfold now in the very most positive ways for Ripple, the company, and XRP, the digital asset. So keep that in mind, guys. I definitely think that we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to this particular move here. And again, this right here really opens itself up for additional moves. Talking about additional moves when it comes to what's happening in this entire ecosystem, if you're unfamiliar with what happened with Facebook, well, they actually are just becoming now part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. We know we've talked about it on this channel, that we could have actually heard rumors. That was something that was sparked a couple months back, and now we're actually seeing officially that they're coming out with the Libra Coin. So after having talked about the Facebook cryptocurrency, which at one point in time was considered a global coin, I think the secret project name is actually Libra. And of course, now we're seeing that the title of this particular cryptocurrency has been actually labeled Libra here. And they also have their white paper and testnet out. So you can definitely go in and check that out. Of course, this is just a quick article talking about that. You can also see here with the actual connections as far as all of the main partnerships. Guys, there are some very striking names in here, some that are very familiar just as well. And I know that a couple of these companies have already had some sort of talk with Ripple, the company. So it's very intriguing to see a lot of these big names out there automatically working with Libra. And of course, guys, if you are unaware, Facebook has roughly around 2.4 billion accounts already. So this is a large audience for Facebook to be actually incorporating with this new Libra cryptocurrency, which from my understanding is going to be a stable coin pegged to the US dollar. So there's not going to be a large amount of fluctuation with this particular currency, guys. That could change. I've definitely heard different rumors regarding that. So I'm not going to have this as a solidified answer, at least at this point in time. But I do know that that was the talk for the Libra currency. And now it's possible that it could be something that is just simply backed by the value of what people are putting into it, just like most of your other top performing cryptocurrencies out there, because it is a form of transfer of value. It's just at this point in time, its own type of currency dealing with the platform, Facebook, WeChat, things of that nature. So it's really going to be a method for people that are already on board Facebook to use a cryptocurrency and at least get themselves familiarized with that. I will say this as well, when it comes to Facebook opening themselves up to this kind of exposure for that many people, that is an onslaught of new people coming into this particular ecosystem here, possibly unknowingly, but when they get this kind of exposure, they'll be able to look at different types of cryptocurrencies that have a large amount of importance, such as Bitcoin and XRP, possibly even Ethereum and Litecoin, just depending on what happens to those particular altcoins. But I will say, when it comes to those top performing coins, Bitcoin being the gateway coin and XRP being your primary digital asset out there that's really going to be the internet of value, this is going to give a lot of exposure to XRP when it comes to this amount of people on Facebook getting themselves in to the cryptocurrency ecosystem through Libra currency. So again, a very quick read when it comes to this article here, but I do know that the white paper and testnet are out, and my guess is there's going to be a lot of people scouring through this white paper to find any links whatsoever when it comes to Facebook and possibly Ripple. But I think that we might have done one better, because I found something very interesting when it comes to the whole connection here between Facebook, Moneygram, and Ripple. As a matter of fact, I just got reference of it this morning. So going back to Twitter, which is really where you can find an ideal amount of information. So if you are part of the XRP community and you're not part of Twitter, I highly suggest you getting on there, getting yourself set up and looking for as many people in the XRP community and just kind of, attaching yourself to them, seeing the kind of information they post there. There's a wealth of knowledge on crypto Twitter outside of even just your regular announcements and news that you can find anywhere on any search engine. But here we have someone going by the name of Ordinary Guy 010101. You can find him at Every Day on My Way. And of course, they posted here, world is so small. Check this out. This is Moneygram. A little picture here from the internet. It says send money through Moneygram Sendbot on Facebook. All right, well, there is part of your connection when it comes to what's taking place here now from a very large scale. Think about this. When Libra Coin is completely active and ready to go for the United States citizens out here, this is absolutely going to open up so many floodgates for people coming into the cryptocurrency market and getting that kind of exposure with names they're already familiar with Facebook and MoneyGram. They'll be using and utilizing these particular methods here, maybe even unbeknownst to themselves that they're getting themselves into the cryptocurrency space here. So again, fantastic moves and connections being made here, guys. I just think that this is very, very fast. A lot of things are taking place, and we still have half of 2019 to go, guys. So if we're getting good news like this right here, just imagine what we're going to get for the next 6 months, especially going into 2020, where we know that there's an ideal thinking about the fact that we could see some countries, very big name countries, possibly going very cashless and very, very soon. So again, some very big connections taking place here, guys. Let me know what you think about all this information here. On a fun note, I found something very intriguing when it comes to, again, some smaller connections. This right here might be considered a little bit more tinfoil hat-ish for some of you guys, but I really think that there are some things subliminally when it comes to some of the things we see visually that we're making connections beforehand. Again, you can take this part of the information and really do with what you want to, but we got a lot of the bigger news out of the way. I just wanted to kind of make sure that we're all on the same page with some of this big news here. But just to kind of quickly show you guys some of the smaller nuanced type of things that I found it very interesting. Maybe you will too as well. Now keep in mind, guys, this is the fun part of the speculation here. Of course, this right here was just something I posted a couple days ago when it comes to the talk of maybe any connection between Ripple and the talk of Libra. And I just found it very interesting that when it comes to usage of different types of designs out there, that Libra would actually follow in suit, very similar to what Ripple had posted. See, this is Libra's actual little design here that has the 3 waves. And interesting enough, it looks very similar to Xcurrent. Now, I do think it's very interesting that they use that. Obviously, that's just more of a coincidence because, as you can see, some people were posted, hey, check this out. What are they linked to Ripple as well? And of course, many people posted other things like the Wella here. You can see that maybe a hair product is actually related, but it's not. It's really the connection being made on a very big scale. That's what I took an interest in. And of course, again, I'm just making speculation here. Maybe this is nothing more than a coincidence, but I find it very interesting that we're seeing this same type of logo when it comes to these main companies dealing with cryptocurrencies. And now we're seeing some sort of integral type of, meshing of these companies getting together, whether this done through MoneyGram, through the Sendbot, and because you can now use that through Facebook, or because Facebook is now part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. You name it. We're just seeing these small little crazy connections being made on a very small scale, whether they mean anything or not. It's just very interesting. There are a lot of people that do deep dives in the cryptocurrency space, especially in the XRP community. And this was just something that I was doing as a small bit of a deep dive. But I just found it very interesting, again, that these 2 main conglomerate companies are using very similar looking logos here. And while we're talking about Facebook, I found it very interesting that the timing of Facebook's Libra Coin coming out really kind of matched that of Binance, talking about how they're exiting their platform for being used for the United States citizens. And that's supposed to take place in September, which, by the way, guys, if you do have any cryptocurrencies on Binance from now till September, you really should go about taking those cryptocurrencies off so you don't lose them, because once September rolls around, you are possibly not going to ever be able to access that until some sort of regulation is taking place. But again, I just found it very interesting, the timing of everything when it comes to Libra Coin coming out, Binance actually exiting the United States when it comes to their exchange not being accessible to the citizens here. I do understand that U.S. Will have their own particular Binance exchange once everything is sorted out, but where we're sitting right now, again, if you do have any currencies on Binance, you might want to go ahead and pull those off, put them onto some sort of cryptocurrency hard wallet, or at least pull them off so that you have your private keys. But the idea here, guys, is that we're seeing some shifts taking place in this cryptocurrency ecosystem, and it really is going to be impactful when it comes to the development as a whole. So let me know what you guys think about this information here. One last thing I wanted to show you when it comes to Facebook that definitely, we should all be keeping our eyes and ears open for as well. Now, if you want to take a really quick dive down something very interesting, I would take a look at deep fake. Now, since we're on the topic of Facebook, I wanted to use this as an example here, because there was recently what's called a deep fake video posted of Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook. Now, if you're unfamiliar with deep fake, basically that is the ability to take anybody's face and superimpose it digitally onto another person's face, especially if that person can mimic your voice. And what you have then is someone creating this fake video that looks just like you or anybody else and could possibly even sound like you and make it come across as authentic. Now, there are definitely some glitches that happen when it comes to this, so you can point out things that are actually wrong with these deepfake videos. But as technology advances, we're going to see this improve, and of course it will become even scarier to see that a lot more deepfake videos will actually be exposed to the public here. But basically, this is a video that was posted on Facebook. Again, it was someone who superimposed Mark Zuckerberg's face on their own, and they were mimicking his voice, and they were talking about how he's in control of billions of people's stolen data and ready to control the future. But it's all just digital. As you can see, it looks very real. When you click on it, it almost sounds like Mark Zuckerberg, but you can definitely tell that it's not him. Again, the idea here is that we have a fake video that was created with digital information, and we might be seeing a significant amount of these videos coming out in the limelight, in the public, in the next upcoming months, years, who knows. But this right here is just a very, very interesting deep dive when it comes to what's actually out there happening. Again, I just wanted to kind of relate something very strange since we're on the topic of Facebook itself. So definitely take a look at this. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in looking at this. But again, this is a very, very interesting approach when it comes to what's called deep fake and faking these videos. So keep your eye out. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more talk of this right here in the upcoming future. So one last thing I wanted to leave you guys with was this very tenfold Haddish moment just as well. I understand that I like to link some things together that might not necessarily be all correlated or connected directly, but I just find it very intriguing and odd how the same kind of wordage is being used from some of these big name players out there. And of course, just to kind of give you a quick reference, just recently President Trump came out and told the public that within a 2-week span of time from his announcement that he was going to make another announcement roughly around July 4th, from my understanding. And of course, this is something that is hopefully going to put people on the same level playing field. Interesting enough, once that video came out, there were a lot of people in the XRP community making connections between that and a bit of a speech that Brad Garlinghouse made when he talked about a level playing field as well. Now, interesting enough, while we're on the reference of level playing field, I happen to be looking up information online about this, and I stumbled across a new exchange called Aquarius is going to be created, and I believe coming out very soon. And of course, I read an article from Medium that talked about the CEO of this Aquarius Fair Exchange. His name is Matt Ward. And interesting enough, I took a screenshot here. The link is in the description for this particular article. But he was talking about his exchange, and he also mentions the reference of a level playing field, that it is time for a level playing field. And again, it's very interesting. The naming of this exchange is a new exchange coming out called Aquarius. So now we have the Libra Coin. We have Gemini Exchange, which has been around for quite some time, and the Gemini Exchange is actually owned by the Winklevoss twins. If you're unfamiliar with them, they most certainly have a connection with Mark Zuckerberg when it comes to Facebook. That is a history you guys should just check out as well. So a small bit of a link when it comes to that. And now we have this new exchange called Aquarius, and as you can see, what I posted at the bottom is that these are all three zodiac air signs. And now, of course, again, I get it. They're not necessarily having to be linked because of these particular signs or the names of their actual exchange or the coin. I just found it very interesting that we have some major connections between at least two of them, Libra Coin and Gemini Exchange, because again, the people that are behind that. And now we have this new exchange, Aquarius, which I haven't personally been able to find any major links connecting them to Libra Coin or even Gemini or any of this. They are just now part of the cryptocurrency market. They're getting themselves in here as an exchange, so they very well could be dealing with some of these major players out there. I just found it personally very interesting that we have what looks to be three air signs from the zodiac that are actually very much linked together because of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So you let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I know it might sound very Temple Haddish, but I just found it very intriguing that when it comes to symbolism and things of that nature, again, we're seeing some very similar things taking place in this ecosystem. So, guys, again, let me know what you think. Thank you for being patient with me when it comes to my channel. Thank you for still sticking with me with my channel being down for as long as it was. And of course, now that it's up and running for me to be able to upload, I'm going to be trying to do that as often as I possibly can. So again, thank you guys. Thank you, King Blue, for at least giving me a shout out when I needed it. And also, thank you for the XRP community for sticking by and actually being, a great foundation for anybody coming into this particular ecosystem, especially for a focus on something as strong as XRP, the digital asset. So again, thank you guys. I definitely appreciate that. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Share this content with everybody because, guys, we're about to see an onslaught of more people coming into this ecosystem. Whether they know it or not, we're going to start seeing a large amount of activity happening. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for any news. And of course, guys, be on the lookout for any videos from my channel. Outside of that, guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.